It's breakfast, it's a pick-me-up snack, and if you pick the wrong one, it's a dessert. Lorraine Robinson is a nutritional consultant with Alive Again with a scoop on cereal. All kinds. I'm amazed at the varieties when you go to the grocery store.
I know. Let me tell you, coming from South Africa 9 years ago and going into the grocery store and looking at all the boxes
choices.
Oh my word, it can be overwhelming.
And three of the main things we want to focus on today are the protein, fiber, and sugar. So here are a variety that we picked up at the grocery store, but let's go one right after another and go through some of the main ones that maybe you're buying so we can talk about, you talk about the rule of fives. But let's go to the first graphic about Kellogg's Crave chocolate. Can we pull that one up? So let's just slide through these. 2 grams of protein, 3 of fiber, 11 grams of sugar. Let's go to the next. Nature's Blueberry Cinnamon Flax, 9, 9, and 9 of each. We continue to look at other cereals. Post Honey Bunches of Oat, 2 grams, 2 grams, 6 grams of sugar. And then Lucky Charms, 10 grams of sugar. And you can see how low the protein and fiber are. And then we've got this Chia Oatmeal, 14 grams of sugar. That's no simple truth. Then Trader Joe's gluten-free oats, we get down to 1 gram of sugar. You can see the protein's up higher and obviously the fiber. The Uncle Sam Wheat Berry Flakes, 9 grams, 10 grams, and then just less than a gram of sugar. And Engine 2 Rips Big Bowl, 7 grams of protein, 6 of the fiber. And on the grape nuts, 5 grams of sugar, but the protein and fiber is high. So when we look at these kinds of numbers, where do we want those to be?
Well, I like to share the rule of 5, and that's not, my information. It's known information.
Sure.
But when people are choosing cereals, it's good to follow that rule. So you want to look for at least 5 grams of fiber, not more than 5 grams of sugar, and definitely more than 3 grams of protein per serving. And then something else that's important for people to remember is I don't want to get into trouble today, but some of these cereals contain a preservative called BHT.
Sure.
And the research is out there, and I'd like to post some research afterwards for our viewers. And it's known to be an endocrine disruptor and mess with hormones.
When we look at the sugar on this Crave, you said you don't want to see any more than 5 grams of sugar, but this was 11 grams.
That's
11
right.
grams of sugar.
Now,
per serving.
I call that rocket fuel, and my children know I call that rocket fuel because, it just sets the kid off,
And a lot of people look at protein, but you also really want to put an emphasis on fiber.
Exactly. And you want the first ingredient to always say whole wheat or whole, whole wheat bran or whole oat bran, because you want those fibers to be intact. You don't want the refined stuff, and preferably non-GMO,
Well, my favorite is the Rips bowl down there from Engine 2. But one that I found surprising was the oatmeal, because even though it seemed beneficial, 14 grams of sugar.
Yes, but you know why? Because it's instant. Whenever something is instant, and here in America we live in an instant society, we want something quickly. And so whenever something is instant, it's refined, it's processed. So you want to go for a whole rolled oats where all that nutrition is intact. And I've made a bowl of oatmeal there with chia seeds and dates and almond milk and a bit of nuts.
Looks delicious. If you'd like more information, I'll post this interview again. It'll be on my social media sites, and you can always go to Lorraine's site, which is Alive Again. Lorraine, as always, thank you so much.
It's such a pleasure. Thanks for having me.